time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. What's poppin'? Welcome to the next episode, Let It Flow. Got my boy Quinn with me. What's good, dog?
Yo, what it do, bro?
Appreciate you coming, bro.
Glad to be here, man. Glad you invited me, man. I'm glad to be here, for real.
For sure. So, tell me this. Who is Quinn?
I'm from Florida. I got a family YouTube channel. Oh, my bad.
Now you good.
I got a family YouTube channel. 3 kids, wife. You want me to say the channel or?
Yeah, what's your channel, bro?
So I got the Lee family. I have my other channel. We got a skit channel, Ivy Lee XO, and then we have a gaming channel. I mean, if you go on the Lee family, you'll see everything.
Oh.
You know, all the other channels. You know what I'm saying? But we're from Florida, family of 5. We've been here about 3 years in Houston. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good. We were homesick the first year, but we grown to love it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'll go back to Florida. At least not right now.
Right. You know, I'm from Florida too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would go back there to live either.
Nah,
I mean, I do
right?
like it though. Don't get it twisted, but
It's a beautiful place. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know.
tell me if you agree with this. This is my thoughts on it. I think that if Florida is like, people over there are like so like comfortable. They live like in the place where everybody wants to live, like the dream, living in Florida and shit like that. And I feel like a lot of people aren't really trying to do much more.
Build,
Like
right?
they're already there. They're like, I'm
Yeah.
already in Florida. I could work this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with working a job, I'm saying, but that's like, if you work in a job, build towards something more one day.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? It's kind of like go to work every day and just
Go
do that.
home, same routine.
Same routine.
Rat race.
Yeah. You see,
Yeah.
so that's that was my thing with Florida, at least where I'm from, which is like Tampa Bay,
Right.
Clearwater, St. Pete area. So it's like everybody was kind of like just comfortable where they
Right.
work. It's like you can go to the beach, paradise. People be paying thousands of dollars to go to where you can go any day. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So they kind of just, I feel like it's this vibe you get where you kind of made it already.
Right.
It's like, did you though? Even if you own a house and everything, like, but did you make it? Like, was
Right.
that your ultimate goal?
Well, I think my opinion on that is everybody has a different take or opinion on the definition of made it. You feel me?
Right.
So somebody could go to school for 10 years and, you know, have a good career and they made it. But then for somebody else, they didn't make it until they're financially free or self-employed. You know what I'm saying? Like where they're working for themselves. That's my take on making it to where you don't have to work for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's outlook on that is different. So, I mean, I guess it just depends on who you ask. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Facts.
But my opinion is, I agree with you. I think Florida is more for people who already made it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They already built on something and they ready to chill, retire maybe. Florida's super expensive, bro. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody who's trying to build, I don't think that's the place. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like places like Houston, not even Atlanta anymore, bro. I heard Atlanta's super expensive. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think that, to quote, like, made it, I think it just depends on who you ask. Everybody
Right.
gonna have a different opinion on
What that
or
is.
definition, you know what I'm saying, of what that is.
Right.
But my definition is financially free, where I can wake up and do what I want to do and when I want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Florida is a place you want to be when you made it. You
Right.
know, and so that's why if you're from Florida, it's good to get away from there, get your grind on, and then when you go back to Florida, that's when you're like, okay, I can live the way I was supposed to live. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
When I left.
Yes, bruh. Yes, because, I mean, Florida's very congested. So if you want to start something there, it's going to be tough. Nothing's impossible, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to be very tough because anything that you choose to do, it's going to be hundreds, thousands of people that's doing it in such a small space. You know what I'm saying? In Texas is so big. Everywhere you go, it takes 15, 20, 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's just so spread out. It's very diverse. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's way more opportunity here to grow. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because Florida's like a population per acre is so much higher, but per acre, so it's like over here, there's so much more spread out, so there's way more opportunities.
Yeah.
We got all these fucking people in this little place in size.
Yeah,
bro, how many
stepping
opportunities?
on each other's toes, bro.
All day.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. So you just said that, like how that affects opportunity.
Yeah,
like even if you're just working jobs, there's not very many jobs when there's only so many corners, so many streets. You know what I'm saying? It's where the jobs are at, and so many people.
Yeah, bro. You know, I had so many ideas for small businesses in Florida, like jet ski, dog breeding, mobile car wash. Like, you know, if you run in all those plays, you're gonna make money.
Right.
But it's gonna be hard when your neighbor or your friend or not even like, you know, it's just so many people doing the same thing in such a small area.
Yeah.
Then it comes down to race, because now people only want to fuck with their race. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They only want to deal with their own race, or they might only want to deal with their family or friends. You know what I'm saying? They're not open minded to like try. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
No, that makes sense though.
It just becomes like a big competition. You know what I mean? You don't have a fair shot almost. You know what I mean? So I feel like here, I've met more entrepreneurs here than
anywhere ever.
Anywhere, bro. Like I go to the gym, and not even just YouTube. Like let's forget about like social media and YouTube. When I go to the gym, I've met like people who have like moving companies. I met this young cat. He was 25, right? This nigga got like 5 whips, an exotic Lamborghini, Porsche, like them type of whips, 20 motorcycles. He owns a exhaust fabrication company where he like does custom exhaust work on motorcycles. Paid off his house at 22. You know what I'm saying? That is like jaw dropping to me. I never seen nothing like that in Florida.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like everybody I know had a job. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And like I said, I'm not knocking people's hustle.
Yeah.
Some people don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? But that's the only thing I knew in Florida. You want to make money? Get a job.
So there's only 2 ways. You got to hustle, you got to sell drugs, you got to get a job.
Do something illegal or get a job.
Yeah, you know, and everybody I know is doing one or the other or both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Yeah.
See, but with the message, we're not even knocking Florida right now. The message we're saying to not just Florida, but any town, any place that like is like that.
Right.
Very highly populated place that's expensive to live. You know, a lot of people live there, and there's opportunities are limited.
Right.
Get the fuck out of your city.
Yes.
Go somewhere. Go to because when you said like Atlanta's not the place now, what you're basically saying is that there's always a place in the time. Right now it's Houston.
Right.
It was Atlanta.
Yes.
Now it's Houston.
Right.
And eventually it'll be wherever,
somewhere else.
Nashville or wherever it ends up being next. You know what I'm saying? Go to that place, man. Like go out there and get it. You
Invest
know what I'm saying?
in yourself, bro.
And then what happens is you get your money up. You know what I'm saying? You get your shit rolling, get some businesses started, and if you want to go back, you can. But now you got more of a footing.
Right.
More of a foundation.
Right. You don't have to worry.
On.
Yes, bro. Yes. And this is even in the Bible. I don't remember the verse. I don't remember the quote. But it pretty much what I saw was that for a man to fully be a man, he has to leave home.
Yeah.
You gotta leave home and see the world. You know what I'm saying? If you don't see the world, you can't grow fully. You know what I mean?
You have a limitation of perspective.
Right, bro. Like and I can say that for myself, because when I lived in Florida, you know, I'm so used to everything there. When I came here, it was just like, it was unbelievable, bro. Like the homes, the people.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? The people are nice. Like I said, we're not knocking Florida. Florida's my home. Florida boy till I die, bro. I got it tatted. You feel me? But you got to experience something different. You know what I mean? If you really want to grow, you know what I mean? And that's what I did. That's what you did. You know what I mean? And I don't regret it, you know?
No. I mean, this is one of the keys to success.
Yeah.
There's different types of success, like we talked about earlier. But if you want to have success, like as an entrepreneur, or just growing as a person, even with jobs, because you might go somewhere else and find way more jobs in your field that are paying more,
right?
Than that have openings. So it's like no matter what, you gotta get out there and just see what else is out there.
Yeah.
You might end up back at home, you might not.
Yeah.
You might go back to retire. You'd be like, my dream is to make $1 billion or millions, whatever your goal is, and then go to Florida
And retire.
and buy the house that I used to drive by and be like, when you was like, just like, damn, these houses are nice. That's your house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But would you have got it if you had never went through that cycle?
Exactly, bro. You have to. You got to put yourself through that fire, bro. You have to if you want to grow. And I think that, when you take risks, you won't know until you do it. So you could say, I want to do this, and you can keep going in the same circle that you're going in and have a dream. And it could always be a dream, or you can make it reality. But you have to take action and make that move. If it doesn't work, you can always go back home. You know what I mean? True. But you won't know until you try. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the biggest failure is not trying. You know what I mean? So I think we're both on the right path right now. Like, we're here in Houston, bruh. You won't even believe. Like, when I pulled up and I saw the Florida plate, I was like, oh nah, bro, I ain't at the right house. I ain't at the right house. You feel me? Because it's always good to see somebody from my city. Well, you're not from my city, but we're from the same state. Right. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So you know how it goes. Yeah. And, we're here, bro. We're here trying something new. And it's working. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. You're the first person I met in the influencer world that's from Florida.
For real?
Out here.
Really?
Yeah, that I could think of.
Damn.
Think of nobody. Can you think of anybody?
I mean, let me see. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 4 homies from Florida that's here right now.
Right, but were they okay?
They all do YouTube, but I mean, they're from. I got one that's from my city. I got one that's from where's he from? I think Belgrade or Riviera Beach, so that's like Palm Beach area. Mm-hmm. And one that's from Fort Myers. Okay. So you're like the 5th person that I met. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of Florida people here. Yeah. You know what I mean? I
just got to meet them.
Yeah. And I'll introduce you.
For sure.
I know you cool people, so it ain't nothing, bro. Like, if I have any events, game night, whatever, I hit you up. Yeah. And we're a circle of friends, humble, cool, laid back. Yeah. Y'all have a good time.
I'm with it. Let's do it.
You already know.
For sure. So what got you into content creating?
Actually, my wife started. She started YouTube. We were working. I was working the warehouse, like I told you, slaving in the warehouse, and my wife, she was at home with the kids. So we would see, the kids would be watching YouTube, and we would see how some of these YouTubers are, how they live, and they're free. It's not even about what they have. We try not to watch what people have. Yeah. But it's more of the freedom that we saw that was like, damn, bro, they just wake up and, we going here, we going there. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing it with their family, with their kids. You know what I'm saying? They're grinding with their kids. And meanwhile, I'm at work 15 hours a day. I come home at 3, 4 in the morning. My kids, I'm asleep. When they wake up, they go to school. They see me sleep. I don't see them at all. You know what I'm saying? Then when they come home, I'm at work. So it's like, I see them sleep, they see me sleep. There's no relationship going on right now. You feel me? So she took the risk. She grabbed a laptop so we could edit. We started with our phone. Right. And we just kept going with it, bro. It's like, you gotta have, we have fun with it. It was a long time coming, you know what I'm saying? But we stuck with it, bro. We stuck with it, and it worked for us, bro. So, that's pretty much how we got into YouTube. We saw it, and she jumped on it. She took the risk. And me, I was more like, we got to make money now. You know what I'm saying? She's time. At home, so she learned how to edit. She used YouTube. She learned how to edit. She did all while she was at home with the kids. Mm-hmm. She invested her time. Oh, my bad. No, you good. You want me to get closer to it? Yeah. She invested her time into learning how to edit and do YouTube and angles and recording and all methods that stuff and shit. Mm-hmm. While I was at the working. So she, I give her a lot of the credit. Like we collectively we put the work in together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But she took that initial risk to get it started. You know what I'm saying? So
Shout out to her.
shout out to her, bro. You know, I owe her a lot of gratitude.
Yeah.
Super proud of her. You feel me? Because if she ain't take that risk, I don't know if I would have. You know what I'm saying? Because I was more, like I said, we got to pay bills right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see how they live and it sounds good, but
how long that gonna take?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen overnight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we worked it out. We made it happen. So we here now, and I give thanks to her, to God. You know what I'm saying? And we did it as a family. So it's
a good feeling.
I wouldn't have it no other way.
Yeah, like my story is very about the same.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I had different things going on, but it was like she wanted to do it, and I didn't. I didn't want to do it.
You didn't want to do it?
I didn't want to do it, bro.
I was super shook. I ain't gonna lie, bro. The camera had me shook.
Yeah, when you're not used to it all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. See, with me, it's like I was rapping. You know what I'm saying? I'm a white rapper.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm in Atlanta. So it's like if I'm gonna sit here and be funny, people are gonna look at me like
they ain't gonna take you serious.
They're not gonna take me. I'm doing trap music. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about my life. You know what I'm saying? So people already have trouble believing me. Because I'm really talking about real life shit I've been through and I've been done. I'm not just talking. But as being a white boy, people already like, okay, I hear you. But now I'm doing funny shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, never mind. We can't fuck with that. So it's like, I didn't want to do it. But man, I ain't gonna lie. She was right. She was right. Yeah. It worked out.
Mm-hmm. And you know what, bro? You know what sucks? That they look at people like how you said, oh, I'm a white boy and they're not gonna take me serious. But it shouldn't be like that. Because color doesn't determine character. You know what I mean? The shade of your skin doesn't determine anything. It means nothing, bro. You feel me? Because you got clowns that are dark skinned. You got clowns that are light skinned. I'm black, but I'm light skinned. You feel me? You got real dudes that are. That doesn't mean nothing, bro. Like,
right. And
it sucks that that's how the world is. You know what I mean? But I feel like for you, and for me, you can be yourself. You can be a funny guy. You know what I'm saying? But you can also turn it off like that and show people you mean business. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, for the people that think the way they think when it comes to complexion, they in for a rude awakening, bro. You feel me? Because that means nothing. Right.
I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't judge anybody by color, skin tone, none of that shit. I just judge people by character, period. Like, that literally has no way on, like, but I'm from Florida, you know what I'm saying? Just like you, so it's like, it's already multicultural.
Yeah.
Everybody's there, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all my friends were of all races growing up. You learn from being in Florida, it's so multicultural. Here, too, though, that it's like, why would you even, like, judge someone by color of their skin, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's bad people of all races.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what, and there's good people, bad people, okay people, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's no difference. You know what I'm saying? It's just simply on the character that they have. You know what I mean?
What's here and what's here.
Right, and once you understand that, then you can see that. Because if you do have a predetermined feeling about someone based on their race, and then that's how you're gonna perceive them. So you're gonna like over exaggerate little shit and be like, oh, but if you don't have no preconceived notion of what somebody is based on their race, then you can actually see the character.
Right.
There's no little mist in the way to make you feel this way or that way. It's like I can see right who you are.
And look at this too. If you're picky or selective on who you hang with or who you're cool with based on irrelevant things like skin complexion or image, like if you look like a thug or, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you try to only mess with people that have a certain image, you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble because some people are not who they paint the picture to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you might think you're around some solid individuals based on how they look, and you're going to be real disappointed. You know what I mean? They might do some slimy, some green stuff, or, you might have somebody looking sideways at your girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're not looking for character, you're looking for image. So now you have all these different energies around you that you don't even need because you're not looking in the right areas for people, you know, company or friendship or whatever.
Right.
So, I mean, I focus on character most of the time. You know what I'm saying? When I have people around me.
Yeah, I think one of the important messages for the people out there is like, you got to learn how to see that, because I feel like people just, for whatever reason, they don't see what good friends are or what good people are or
Right.
good vibes. They just
Right.
kind of like they look at image, they look at things like that, and they get a misconception of what's good, and they always end up in some fuck shit, some
Yeah.
fake shit, having
Yeah.
fake friends around them
Because
because you're not focusing on what's important. You're focused on the wrong details.
Right.
Like if you focus on the right details in people, whether it be a girl or a homeboy or whatever, and then you'll find the right people. But if you're
Yeah.
looking for the wrong things, you're gonna find the wrong things.
Exactly, bro. You know, you play. You know that term. You play. What is it? You play stupid games or you play silly games.
Yeah, you play
win silly prizes.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Mhm.
Like you gotta focus on the right stuff, character and energy. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the things that, for me, determine who somebody is. You know what I mean? It's not image. I don't look at that. You know, because I have real homeboys that are of all types of races. I don't have a lot of friends, but I'm just saying, like, I've met people that, you know, are solid individuals, and they're not always a certain type of image. You know what I mean? Like, they might look like a nerd,
Right.
but I can trust them though. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what matters. Like, you might not be tough. You might not have went to jail or did some thug shit. You know what I'm saying? But I know I can trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I say, hey, I gotta play, I know you're gonna try to cut me out of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So those are the things that I look for. You know what I'm saying? When I'm dealing with people. But
You spoke the facts, bro. I don't feel like people know. I feel like most people haven't been treated as a good friend, so they don't know what a good friend is,
Right.
and they don't know how to treat a good friend when they meet them. A lot of people get around all that fake shit, and they get so used to that when they do meet a real friend, they take that fake shit they learn and they do it with their real
become it.
friends. Yeah, they
Yeah.
become it. Like, you might have been the real, not you, I'm just saying this, whoever might have been the realest individual, that they are real, but they got around so much fake shit, they're tainted.
Yeah.
They're not the same. And now they bring that fake shit over to their real friends, and now the real friends are like, Brian, gonna lie.
Yeah.
I see that shit you want over there. Like, I see I see what you're doing, but like, man, you changing, bro. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Now your real friends turn their back on you because they don't want to be around that, because now you're
Yeah.
fake to them.
right.
And that happens a lot. You know, you cut your friends, they cut you off.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, bro. You have to know yourself. You have to know yourself, and you can't let anybody change that. For example, right? So look at this. You got that guitar right there, right? I like that guitar, so I'm gonna take it.
Right.
So now you realize I took that guitar, and you're like, fuck it. He stole from me, so now fuck it, bro. Like, the next time I see a guitar, I'm taking that shit. You just turned yourself into the person that you don't like or that you don't want to be.
Right.
You can't do that, brother. You gotta see that and be like, okay, all right, well, you know, that's that. He did that. I ain't gonna mess with him.
Right.
But I'm not gonna let that change me. I'm not gonna let a thief turn me into a thief.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You have to, and God is not gonna smile on that neither. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta look at that and be like, okay, I see who you are. Now I'm gonna take myself away from that. You know?
Yeah.
And you remain that solid individual. You can't let none of that clown shit like rub off on you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a perfect example, bro.
Yeah.
You can't let that happen. And I
can't.
feel like a lot of people do in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I feel like it's so important to just be able to see. It's like it's just being able to sense the realness in people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if you can't sense it, you don't know who's good or not. And I feel like a lot of people don't know what real is. So let me ask you this. In your own words, what would you say the definition of real is?
Just you know, a straightforward person that is not really looking for, they don't have a motive. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like, you know, I'm not looking to come up off of anybody. Like, I got my own thing going, and if I meet you and we become friends, it's just that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we got plays together, that's cool, but it's based on character. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like real would be it. There's so many definitions to that word, bro.
Right.
You know what I
It
mean?
is.
Like,
so many ways it could be applied.
yeah, like, for example, say as me and you are friends, we're going somewhere, and you're like, "Hey, bro, how do I look?" and I'm like, oh, you good, but in my head, you not.
Right.
That's not real. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell him, bro, like, hey, bro, change, bro. Like, you know, or you might be dealing with somebody a certain way. You might have did some shady shit to somebody. And as a friend, I'm supposed to tell you, like, hey, bro, you shouldn't have did that. You got to be that person that tells somebody what the real is. Like, you shouldn't have did that, bro. Like, just because I'm your friend doesn't mean I'm going to always agree with you. That's real. Because you're helping somebody else become a better person. That's real. When you're always like, oh, yeah, bro. Fuck that nigga, bro. Yeah. Let me get some of that. Like, that's not somebody you want to be around. You want somebody that's going to tell you straight up, like, that wasn't that right or wrong shit. Like, I ride with you, right or wrong. That's
not real.
Nah, bro. That's not real. Right or wrong?
Right.
If you wrong, I'm gonna tell you you wrong. You know what I'm saying?
So if you're wrong and you made a mistake, you're my boy. If we got to handle some shit because you were wrong, we can handle it. But I'm gonna tell you,
yeah,
we'll handle this shit. But you wrong, bro.
You shouldn't have did that shit.
Shouldn't have did that shit. Now we're dealing with this. So
Yeah.
you see it. Don't do that shit no more, bro.
Right.
I'm not gonna like turn my back on you, but fuck next time. I ain't riding for you.
Right.
You know
I'll do
what
it
I'm
this
saying?
time, but next time you on your own.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you straight up, like, you wrong, bro. You shouldn't have did that. If you come to me about some advice, maybe with, maybe some family advice or maybe with your girl or something like that. Yeah, like say you got, some issues at home and you're confiding in me, asking me my honest opinion, like, hey, like how you might have handled a certain situation. And because you're my friend, I'm riding with what you did, even though deep down I know you shouldn't have did it. That's fake, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you want my honest opinion, I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have handled your girl like that, bro. You shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have did it this way. This is my opinion. You asked me for my advice. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. I'm not riding with you if I feel like you was wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what real is to me. You know what I'm saying? Those are the friends I want around me because nobody's perfect. So you might make a decision that is not the right decision. Right. But you had good intentions, but you made a bad decision. You meant well, but it didn't work out that way. So now you need somebody to tell you, like, hey, bro, maybe you shouldn't have did that. Maybe you shouldn't have said that.
Right, because if nobody tells you, you're going to keep doing it.
And you're not going to realize what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's perfect. So you kind of need real people around you to help you grow. You know what I'm saying? And that's what real is to me, bro. Like, straightforward. Whether you like what I'm saying or not, I'm telling you because I got love for you and I don't want to see you in a bad situation. It could be something that I went through that I see you going through.
You're trying to warn them, like,
right.
This was going to happen if you don't do it like this.
And if I see you going through that and I don't say nothing, then I'm the fuck nigga, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the wrong one.
Yeah, right.
I'm not a real friend if I'm letting you do something that I know is gonna steer you into like a, you know what I'm saying? A bad
direction.
Right.
See what it is like a lot of people out here, they're scared to tell their friends the truth because they don't know, like people don't want to hear it. Like, and like, especially these days and times, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. They want to be lied to. Like this generation right now, they want to be lied to. So
That's
it's like,
true.
so I don't know what it is. It's like there's different types of people, but a lot of people want to be lied to. So it's like, so people get so comfortable, just like you said, if the fit ain't right, you should tell them like, hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. You asked me my opinion. You need to change them shoes, bro. They ain't matching. You feel me? Like, the fit's cool, but them shoes is throwing it off. You know what I mean? But it's like, to be a real person, but like some people, maybe not in that situation, but some people might get mad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so people like are just so used to just like tending to people's feelings and not wanting to piss people off. I'm like, bro, but that's exactly why a lot of real people like yourself, they don't have a lot of friends. You know what I'm saying?
I lost friends because of that, bro.
Yeah, because you told them the truth and it caused a problem.
I lost some. I'm talking about some I thought was day ones, bro. Like I lost some friends because it's like you try to be pure. Like you wanna see somebody do good, and when you try to help or you might see them move in a certain way, and it's like you try to get them right. Like, hey, bro, like what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like you can't do that, or do it this way, or you know what I'm saying? People get offended. But it's not my fault that you can't handle the truth.
Right.
As a real friend, I'm gonna tell you the truth, bruh. And if you don't like it, and you don't want to deal with me because I told you the truth, then you was never my friend to begin with. You know what I'm saying? If you cut me off because I'm trying to help you in a certain way and you can't handle it, then I guess your definition of friendship and mine is totally different. You want yes men around you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you, like, because it's going to fall back on me anyway, bro. Like, if I tell you what you want to hear and you go do some crazy shit, you're going to come back to me and I'm going to have to help you or defend you or ride with you or something because I told you some clown shit, some phony shit.
You didn't keep it 100.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't keep it 100. Now, I got to go and, you know what I'm saying? I got to go deal with some shit that I shouldn't have to. Could have been avoided. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to like always try your best to be honest with your friends, with your, you know, whoever, you know, not just friends, family, brother, sister, girlfriend, wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you help people grow.
Right. Because the real truth is like, this is my opinion. Not everybody will agree with this, but I feel like if I keep it real with you, like let's just say it's my homeboy right here, and I keep it real with him, like, hey, bro, you shouldn't have did that. I'm just keep it real with you, and then he want to cut me off.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll take that. Because some people might call it L, I'll call it a lesson.
Right.
Because you couldn't handle the truth.
Right.
You can't be, you're not on the level that I'm trying to be on. So it's a test, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to keep it real with you. And if you can't handle it, then I just can't fuck with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll try to keep my delivery right, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you the truth, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you can't handle it, then it's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. But a lot of people don't look at it that way. They'll just like kind of deal with it, like kind of go around it, walk on eggshells with their friends and not really keep it real. But it's like, you can't do that, bro.
Here's another thing I wanted to say about that. So, I believe in God, bro.
Right.
I believe in God 100%. I've been through so much stuff in my life to where it's like certain things happen and you don't understand right now. Later on, you understand, right?
Right.
So when it comes to friends and you're honest with your friends and they don't want to listen to you, there's always going to be a time in that friend's life, whether they cut you off or not. They can cut you off. It might not be today, tomorrow, next year, 2 years, whatever, right? But there's going to be a time in their life where they realize that you was really being a real friend. You was really telling them some real shit. They might end up in a deep hole. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, like even friends that I fell out with. I wish everybody well. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, if I try to give you some advice and you don't listen and it lands you somewhere, you're going to realize that all I wanted for you was the best. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you what I'm telling you because I don't want to see you in a certain situation. So you don't listen to me. You cut me off because you think that I'm hating or I'm just, you know, I'm not telling you what you want to hear. And later on, it could be years from now, you're gonna realize that all I wanted was the best for you. You know what I'm saying?
And you couldn't see it.
But by then it might be too late. You
right, because now I'm here and I can't even fuck with you now.
Right.
Because, like, I don't know what you've been doing all this time. It's like, I don't want to invite that shit into my life. And it depends on the situation. Sometimes you may. But the important thing is, if you're a real, genuine friend, is that you planted that seed in them.
Right.
You said, look, this, there's like some plants that you got to plant and it takes 20 years for it. It only blooms like every 20 years.
Right.
So it's like, that was one of them plants. It was one of them plants that took 20 years to bloom.
Yeah.
You seeded it. You said, you're a good person. You got a good future. But man, I can't fuck with you because you ain't hearing me. That's cool.
Yeah.
And you planted that seed. And then 20 years from now, they realize it. They might see you doing so good. And then they kind of remember what you said. And they're like, oh.
Damn.
And it's like, and they realize what they've been through after.
Right.
All the shit they faced because they didn't hear you.
Yeah.
And they see what you're doing. They're like, and now it bloomed. That seed starts growing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's the genuine friend you had.
Yeah.
The genuine shit that you did. Sometimes it don't happen right away. They don't get the message right away. And sometimes I believe in God as well. And I feel like those messages come to us.
Right.
Like we're being used as a vessel. It's like you were supposed to go to your boy and tell him that he was supposed to cut you off.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to bother you so that maybe next time you're more careful about your friends.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like there's a lesson you learned. And then he didn't learn it right away. You learned it right away. He learned it like 20 years later. And now he turned his life around.
Right. And I mean, and if I see, when you see that, when you see people turn their life around, or it's always a good thing, even if you're not friends with them no more. If you're a genuine person, you're not gonna wish bad on somebody that cut you off. You're always gonna wish them well.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're always gonna wish them well. You're not gonna wish nothing negative on them. You know what I mean? And honestly, like when you do that, you're only bringing that on yourself too. When you wish negative on people,
right, it comes back.
Right, it's gonna come back on you, bro. So it's like,
do you believe in manifesting?
Yes, I do.
So it's like
100%,
100% right. But it's like the thing is people gotta understand manifesting works both ways. So if all I think about is negative shit, and I wish negative shit on other people, I think of negative shit like my day is like, man, it's about to rain today. I know it is. But you don't even know that. You just being negative, or that's just an example. Like, oh, I ain't gonna get no money today.
Yeah,
I already know because what happened yesterday. If you're gonna say that, that's what's gonna happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're always speaking negative shit about all you talk about is negative shit about other people, and that's all your whole life is.
Yeah.
And then you're only bringing what you're sending out to being received.
Yes.
So it's like people have to realize that manifesting, whether you believe it or not, it's real. It's real.
I want to say something real quick. So when we first started doing YouTube, right, and I'll be talking to people, friends, whoever, I know for sure that there was some people that didn't think, even if they didn't say it, I know there's some people that they, you know what I'm saying, because YouTube, I think they look at it at the same way that they look at like rappers or
it's a dream.
like it's a dream. So when I would be talking to people and I'm saying like, oh, I would always say, if we blow up, or if holds doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If is like almost
confidence.
Like maybe.
Yeah.
So I would always realize that in the moment of me having that conversation with whoever, and I would instantly correct myself and say when. Because when is like, it's gonna happen.
It's not a question.
Undeniably
gonna happen.
Right. Like when it happens, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I always used to, like when I did say if, instantly I would correct it and say when. When this happens, we gonna do this. Or
so do you know scientifically, psychology, what you did is you changed your subconscious mind. If you're gonna say if every time,
it holds doubt, bro.
It's in the back of your mind. It's like you said it out loud every time. You kept saying if I get 1 million views, or if I get to 100,000 subscribers, I'm gonna finally be good. If I do this, whatever.
It's not if,
but it's
bro.
like it's not if, it's when. Because every time you say if, is the more you reinforce in the back of your brain that it is an if.
Right.
But for every time you say when, even if it's a correction, even if you did say if, but then you corrected it, because I went through the same thing.
Yeah.
And I changed it. Now I just say when. But sometimes I slip up. No, you know what I'm saying? But it's
Yeah.
like, bro, like that when, it changes almost like your
powerful,
DNA, bro.
Yeah.
Like the thoughts
It's
that
powerful,
go on,
dog.
It's powerful, bro.
It's so powerful. Like, and all it is, bro, is there's no secret. There's no. All it is,
Blueprint.
bro, is belief and action. Those two things will take you very, very far, bro.
Right.
Believing in yourself and acting on it would make the world of a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like the minute that you have doubt, that's the devil. You know what I'm saying? He's working hard. God is working harder, but you got to have faith. The devil's working hard too. You know what I'm saying? So you got to believe in yourself and you got to just take action. And it might not be YouTube. It might be something else. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has a different dream, but you just got to act on it. You know what I'm saying? It could stay a dream or it could be reality, but you got to act on it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, I think that's what got us here. You know what I mean?
We acted on it, bro.
Right.
Because the thing is, like, if you don't have, you have to. It starts with a dream. Everything starts with a dream, because you can't. If you don't have a dream, which a lot of people do, just act on it with no dream. They just want to act.
Yeah.
And they're maybe working a job, and they're so damn good at their job. Man, they be in that job going crazy. They're so damn good at their job. It's like, bro, can you get a dream, please? Like, God dang, you're good at that shit.
Apply that shit to the dream.
Yeah, exactly. Stop giving that to the fucking company,
dog.
bro.
And I used to say that. I got some homies that I used to work with. You from Florida, so you know what Publix is, right?
Yeah.
My last warehouse job was Publix. And
I had a couple homeboys who worked at Publix in the
warehouse,
like stacking the trucks.
Bruh, that was me. You know what I'm saying? But it's just so funny because I had a few homies that wanted to start a business, and you working 15, bruh. Sometimes we go to work at 2:30. We don't get off till like 4:30 in the morning. 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 in the morning. You slaving.
Crazy.
All day, all night. You know what I'm saying? And we used to have these conversations on break like, damn, bruh, imagine if we put this type of ethic into our own shit.
Right. What you could do.
Bruh, because you're already giving 110 at the job. But imagine if you're free. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if you could, you wake up and you got your own whatever going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you had all day to yourself to do whatever. You gonna go, if you doing 110 here, you gonna do 210 for yourself. Right. We used to have them type of conversations all the time, bro. You know what I mean?
It's real facts. The thing is like, so what we're talking about is people who have the drive, the dream, but they don't have the plan and the action. You know what I'm saying? They're missing that. And then you got the people who have the dream, and they have the dream, and they know where they want to go in life, but they don't have the action.
Right.
So there's two different types of people in the world. There's really three. Mm-hmm. There's two sides of the scale. You got on the left side, you got people with the dream. On the right side, you got people with the action. Where you want to be is in the middle. Yep. You want to be the guy who's got both. You feel me? Yeah. Not too much of either one. Because too much dreaming is you sleeping too much, my boy.
Right,
you need to wake the fuck up.
yes,
Because just get reality to hit you. Because reality comes from the right side.
Uh-huh.
That comes from the action side. You know what I'm saying? That's reality. Mm-hmm. The dream is like you can't be over there too far. You don't want to get too far from the middle. Mm-hmm. You could be like a little bit either way. But you got it. That's you. That makes you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't be too far on either side. Mm-hmm. If you're on the work side, you're just working a job, which is cool.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but like you're making the same paycheck every month.
Right.
You might work a couple extra overtime hours, but at the end of the year,
you're limited.
You're limited. There's a cap on your salary, on your max. You're gonna make this.
And your lifestyle too.
Yeah, and your lifestyle.
Yeah.
But when you're on the dream side, it's endless the potential. But if you're too far on the dream side, you ain't making no damn money.
You just dreaming.
You're just dreaming, bro. Mm-hmm. You sleeping all day.
You got to make a plan.
You got to make a plan, like, and you got to act on it.
Right. So, for example, like when I was in the warehouse, I would see. For me, I had 3 kids, so I got bills to pay. I got mouths to feed. So it was a little bit more. I'm not gonna say nothing's impossible, right? But you have challenges. You know what I'm saying? Like you got bills to pay, you got mouths to feed. So you can't buy shoes, you can't travel because you have you're capped off. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you have big responsibilities. But on the other side of that spectrum, you got young cats that's working at Publix that don't have those same responsibilities. Mm-hmm. And I used to talk to them. I'm like, bruh, like, come up with you're making money here and you don't have no responsibilities, but you can be making so much more money on your own. And how do you do that? Come up with a plan, save the money you're making here.
Right.
Come up with like a 2-year plan.
Mm-hmm.
You live at home with your peoples. You feel me? And sometimes that's the best place to be, bruh. I'm not knocking that because sometimes if you don't have no responsibilities and you live at home with your peoples, you might could help take care of them, but you have so much potential to save and invest because you don't have that big overhead. You know what I'm saying? So I would try to always speak to the young cats in the warehouse like, bruh, you don't have to be doing this shit forever, bruh. You don't have to retire from this shit. You're 20. You want to be here till you're 60?
Exactly.
Are you crazy?
What's your plan?
Bro, you're gonna have arthritis and like everywhere.
Right.
If you're here till 60.
Facts. It's gonna affect you physically.
Yeah, like start some shit outside of here. Save your money, come up with a plan, start some shit outside of here. When that takes off, leave. Don't retire from this shit, bro.
You have to know when to leave.
Right.
But the only way you can know when to leave is to be prepared to leave. You can't leave some shit if you're not prepared. You see what I'm saying? So if you just keep going to work every day and doing the same thing every day and not
Aimlessly,
reaching, then you're gonna continue on that path forever. Because people don't realize that life is like this. Like we could be 10, 20 years can pass. Like when you just do the same thing every day, you don't try to break the cycle. Time just flies, bro. And this, you know, it's like the next year. You're like, what did I do in my last year? And I went to work.
And everything is not guaranteed, bro. Like you say, I want to retire from here at 60, but that's a dangerous environment to work in. You know how many people I've seen lose fingers, lose toes, feet?
Right.
Bro, I wasn't in the warehouse when this happened, but 11 people got killed in my facility that I worked at.
Wow.
From like accidents, like a pallet fell on somebody, or, you know, they got, you know, just random stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you might plan to retire at 60, but some people don't live to 60. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to bank on that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to bank on retirement. You know, you want to retire early. Or even if you don't, like, I feel like the closest thing to retiring is self-employment.
Right.
Because the beauty in that is you don't have to get up and work for somebody else.
Right.
Make somebody
and
else
you can
millions.
employ people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
if you can't do that type of stuff no more, you can employ people who can.
Right. To do it for you. Mm-hmm. And you're free. You got a peace of mind. You can spend time with your family, and it's a beautiful thing when you can do that. You know what I'm saying? So
we back. I had to piss like a motherfucker. so let me ask you this: like, they're trying to. You heard about them trying to ban TikTok, right?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, so as far as the reasons why they're saying they're banning TikTok is something to do with China getting personal information.
Right.
I don't know the facts on that, but my opinion is, you know, a lot of people, that's their hustle. You know what I'm saying? They're TikTokers. They feed their family. You know, they might have, you know, responsibilities, bills to pay, home, car, kids. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they should take it away. You know, it would be a very sad day if they take TikTok away, bro, because, you know, it's just like YouTube or Instagram. You know, everybody has their own lane, so maybe they should try to way to block China from
taking our information. And
stuff. Like
negotiate that.
Yeah, negotiate that, but don't take TikTok away.
Right. See what I feel like is this: like, it's some real mafia gangster shit to tell them you got to sell me TikTok. Or we're gonna ban it, bro.
Like what?
Because you gotta think about it. TikTok is in every fucking country. It's like you gotta sell me the entire company, which includes every country in the world, or we're gonna block you.
Yeah.
Like, that's some mafia shit.
Yeah. It
like,
is.
bro, that's what this kind of shit the mafia do. They pull up on it and say, "You better sell that shit. We gonna fuck your building up. You don't pay us this or that. We gonna tear your shit down." That's what the fuck they're saying. They're trying to take them down. So either you're with us or against us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Either we own you or we'll shut you down. It's like, what?
But what's his name? I don't remember his name, but he was saying that he's not gonna. He'd rather just ban it in America than sell it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's worldwide. So why would I sell it to you? You're just one country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
When there's like hundreds of, I don't know how many countries are in the world that have TikTok, but I know it's in the hundreds.
Yeah.
And each one of those countries have, if you look at the millions of people there are, like India alone. Like, how many people are in India? You know what I'm saying? Like billion people. We have 330 million people in America.
Yep.
There's billions of people in the world. Like, why would they look at us like, hey, fuck it, ban us then?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a gangster move that they're trying to make. That's why I want to bring it up, because I realized that earlier. I started thinking about it. I'm like, that's really some gangster shit. That's some real street like mentality shit.
Yeah.
That they pulling on us. So let me ask you this, bro. Another topic. How do you feel like it would be going to war with China?
I don't know, bro. Like, you know, you hear about, you know, you hear they tough. China's tough, you know. But I mean, I think, I don't know, bro. I don't really be getting into that, honestly. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think that we're powerful. I think they're one of the most powerful too. I think that would be devastating, bro.
Bro, because this is what I think about. like I said a second ago, there's 330 million people in this country. China has like over 1 billion people in their country. So they have like 3 to 4 or 5 times more people than us. So if we went to war with them, if they were going to use their people as like army, like boom, infantry, boom, 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 they would just keep coming. We would bomb them, then boom, they come back.
Yeah.
They keep coming. And they keep coming. And Americans aren't trying to fight no war. Yeah. We're like, fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a war with China is dangerous.
Yeah.
And we are really pushing our buttons with China. Like, if I feel like when you try to pull that mafia gangster shit, like the TikTok shit on China, and say, hey, because I feel like, here's the thing, TikTok has the best algorithm. No doubt about it. They don't pay you shit. I'll be honest with you. They don't pay you much. I mean, you can make money as a creator, but it's not as much as like Facebook or YouTube. They don't pay you, but their algorithm is on fire.
Right.
And I feel like if they're able to buy TikTok, like on that gangster shit, like, give me that shit, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Take this little change. We're going to buy this shit. And then like they're able to go into the back end and figure out their algorithm. And then there's mega corporations like Meta, like Google, who gonna come in there. They want that shit. They want to own TikTok. Could you imagine YouTube? But I will say this though. I feel like if they do, because I got a pretty good phone on TikTok, like it would be kind of shitty to lose the platform. I'm sure you do as well. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, if TikTok goes away, YouTube is about to become a huge fucking check.
Yeah.
Because all the creators, the people who aren't on YouTube right now or aren't really active on YouTube, but they're bigger on TikTok or they're more active on TikTok, they're going more viral on TikTok. All of them gonna go straight to YouTube. So if the creators leave TikTok and go to YouTube, then that means that the viewers will follow.
Right.
The viewers will follow. So now YouTube will become that platform that it once was. I feel like in the last couple of years, TikTok has taken over YouTube and become like the main platform. So I feel like it's some positive things for us creators who are on YouTube and we're trying to really get the viewers, but it's like they're over on TikTok right now. So it could be a benefit to it.
Yeah, I think it could be. I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it definitely wouldn't be the end of the world because, you know, if TikTokers have the drive to do TikTok, then they can just apply that same drive over to YouTube, and I think they'll still be straight. I still don't agree. Like,
no, I don't agree.
It's a lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna take that lane away, and you know, people gonna have to start. Some, maybe not all, but some people might have to start from scratch. You know what I'm saying? And build a YouTube. The ones that don't already have one. You know what I'm saying? So
right. Because so I'm really big in like conspiracy type shit. Like I'm one of those people who like look between the lines. I don't really believe in the term conspiracy theory because I feel like that term is like a bullshit term to make people look crazy.
Right.
Like if you say, oh, he's a conspiracy theorist, you think he's crazy. But if you were to say he's a free thinker, you'd be like, oh, he's a free thinker, so he thinks outside the box.
Right.
That's what a conspiracy theorist is. But I feel like if you go on TikTok and you watch those types of videos, your algorithm will be full of shit that like is mind blowing that no other platform gonna push to you.
Right.
You're gonna see the truth. You'd be like, this is what they doing with our food. Oh, this is how the pyramids were built. Like
I've been seeing that lately, bro.
Yeah.
Like I've been seeing like a lot of stuff. You know, certain foods that we always thought were good that are not, or you're starting to see like the stuff that they're putting on the food to preserve it.
Right.
It's just a lot of truth coming out. You know,
and you're gonna see it on TikTok more than anything. Right. Yeah. So I feel like, in my opinion, if you're gonna ask me why were they deleting TikTok, I would say that it's more to do with that than anything.
Right.
They're giving us the truth, and I feel like the truth, we need that shit right now. But why are they giving us the truth? Because our government is hiding so much from us. So if I was China, I looked at the United States as an adversary, like not really an enemy, but someone I'm competing with. We're both trying to run the world. We both want to be the main currency of the world. We both want to have more influence over the world. So China can get us to turn on our government a little bit by giving us that shit. Like, hey, listen, this is what the government's doing, just so you know. And it makes the people not agree with the government. So it's almost like by showing us that, they're really pushing us against our government. So in all reality, as much as I think we need to know the truth, the reasons aren't right. They're giving it to us to turn us against our own government. Which we probably should be somewhat questionable of our government. We've seen a lot of fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? But I agree that if they take TikTok away, they can feel like they have the right to take other platforms away.
Yeah.
They could be like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, Twitter, X, we're gonna go and delete that. YouTube, which is one of our income sources, one of the things that we depend on, you know,
Right.
Our grind, YouTube, our number one grind is on YouTube. So what if the government's like, we took down TikTok, YouTube's starting to spread the truth, or YouTube's doing whatever, let's delete it. And they can, because if you know about court cases, if they've done it once, they can do it again.
Yeah.
They could be like, based on this ruling in this court case, we were able to delete TikTok on these grounds, and we believe that YouTube is doing the same thing, so we're going to delete that. So we're setting a wrong precedence. And that's why I'm against it.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: if you could say something to youth, like when you were young, if there's something that you could have heard that could have helped you be a better person sooner, what would you say?
I would just say, listen to your parents, because there's a lot of things that kids don't understand as far as, you know, just growing up. You know, we've been through we're adults, you know what I'm saying? So we know. But when we were kids, we didn't know. So your parents might be telling you something out of love, but you don't see what the end result could be. So, you know, you're pissed off, or you might be mad, punching the wall, screaming, you know, you might put your face in the pillow, and you know what I'm saying? Because you don't understand. But then sometimes it takes for you to become an adult, and you might have kids of your own. So now you have the same worries that your parents had, you know what I'm saying? And now you appreciate those things, even when they told you no. Now you know why they told you no. Whereas when you were a kid, you didn't understand. So, I mean, if I could talk to kids now, that'd probably be something I would tell them. Like, you know, respect, you know, listen to your parents. Because if anybody loves you, it's them. You know what I'm saying? The punishment you get will never be as harsh as what the world is going to give you if you fuck up. You know what I'm saying? The world is harsh. So that ass whipping you catch is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because that is the protection from what could be worse. You know what I'm saying?
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people don't really see what's going on in front of them. It's like they have to get something bad has happened for them to learn. Lesson,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your parents were trying to warn you, or even when you get older, your friends or whoever, your girl was trying to warn you. But we don't really want to learn until it's already happened. We're like, now we want to learn off of a loss.
Right.
But it's like, if you just listen to your parents from the beginning, they were trying to tell you. And it's like, but I've been a kid. I know what it's like to not. That's why I feel like that was a perfect thing to say, because a lot of us don't. We're like, yeah, all right. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, I don't want to. It's pissing me off.
You think you know?
You think you know better.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear it. You're like pushing back. You're like, I don't think you're right, bro. You're right. Your parents know, and even if they don't know, because nobody parent is perfect. You said it right. If there's anybody who loves you, it's your parents. They birthed you.
Right.
So if they're telling you, they're at least doing it for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't listen to every word they say, take what they said and make it your own.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense for you in this world. Yeah. But don't just disregard them.
Right.
Facts. So that's good advice. So what you got coming up next?
Right now, I mean, we got summer coming up. So we've been planning some skits for the skit channel, and, you know, for the vlogs. We want to do something. We're planning to do something lit, like at least like, you know, we'll have like some regular vlogs, and then maybe like, you know, 2 lit videos for the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to go somewhere, do something, and then maybe some challenges at the house. But really just like focusing on building the channel and, you know, just trying to grow, you know, maybe some merch. We've been talking about merch too. So, you know, everything is just, you know, we've been talking, planning, just trying to work things out, you know what I'm saying?
So y'all got a family channel?
Yeah, we got a...
So what channels y'all got?
The Lee family, that's our family channel. We have Ivy Lee XO, that's where we do our skits, little skit videos. And then I have my personal channel I started, you know. We got a little busy this year. end of last year. So I kind of put that on hold, but I'm about to crank that up. Summertime's coming, so we about to crank that up too.
So keep that shit going, bro.
Yeah,
I definitely see great things coming for you, bro.
No, I appreciate it, man. Likewise, for real.
For sure. Great vibes too, bro. Both coming from Florida. I think you're the first person interviewed from Florida, bro, on the podcast. Well,
damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's always good to see a fellow Floridian here in Houston, man. For real.
Right. Facts.
Yeah,
Keep
man.
that shit going though, bro. So so tell them where they can follow you at, where they can find you at.
Oh, on Instagram, Quinn _L33, and then my wife Georgia Lee XO. Daughter, Ivy Lee XO. I mean, if you go on any of those channels, you'll see all the rest that we got.
For sure. I appreciate you coming, bro. We had a great discussion. I ain't gonna lie, I had so many questions, but bro, it would just flow.
Yeah.
The conversation that's what
For
I
real.
like. I really like it to be a conversation, not so much an interview.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro.
You already know.
Hell yeah. All right, y'all. We'll see you on the next episode. Yeah.
It's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow.